Well, hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to have a mock test session with Usman Maqbool, and it's going to be, I think, for band 7 or 7.5. Well, we'll find out. Without wasting any time, we're going to move towards part 1. Um, Keep in mind that there are total 3 parts of speaking test. That is
Mhm.
IELTS speaking test for British Council as well as for ITP. So let's move towards part 1. Usman, Assalamu alaikum. Are you ready?
Walaikum assalam. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so now we are going to start the test without any delay. Okay, all right.
Okay.
So for part 1, um, let me start the questions. Okay. Did you
Mhm.
learn to swim when you were a child?
Well, no, because I couldn't find any swimming pool near my home. So, but when I was in Hong Kong, I basically, you can say, learn in my university level because there was a course offered by the university, and the instructor she taught us how to swim within 2 weeks.
Okay. How often do you go swimming now?
Well, in the winters, I hardly visit any swimming pool, but in the
Mm-hmm.
summer, of course, I really love to go for swimming. Not only in to find out the swimming pool, but also go to the beaches and some other places, so where we can find some water and yeah.
Okay. What places are there for swimming where you live?
Well, where I'm living, I have
Mm-hmm.
a downstairs. We have a very beautiful swimming pool, but there's a lot of options around because there are some government-run swimming pool options are available, and you can also go to some cruise where you can also find some spa and also outdoor pool and indoor pool. So you can say we have a plenty of options where we can have this activity.
Okay. Do you think it would be more enjoyable to go swimming outdoors or at an indoor pool?
I think it depends on the weather condition. If it's a little bit you kind of sunny, then of course it should be outdoor because you're gonna enjoy a lot. And if you are on a cruise, so it's really awesome when you are on the top floor and swimming and you can see water around you, and so it was really amazing. So yeah.
Okay. Do you enjoy hot weather or cold weather?
If you say like for swimming, of course, the hot weather, and cold is okay, but not good for the swimming part.
Why?
Why? Because we don't feel comfortable with this. Like it's like that's why like usually people hardly visit to go to even bath, not just the swimming in the winters because it's a bit cold and they don't want to take off their clothes. So yeah, that's why.
Okay. Well, this is the end of part 1. Now we are going to move towards part 2 of speaking test. Well, um, you have a document to look at and you have 1 minute to do it. After that, you will speak for 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can see the document.
Mm,
Okay, let me think
I
about
hope
it.
everyone else can also see the document, those who are listening to us and watching this video.
Okay. I think I'm ready for that. So
Okay. Um, Start.
okay, so a famous business person which I think which comes into my mind is Elon Musk, who is really quite famous all around the globe. Uh, he basically runs several companies like Tesla, SpaceX, and he has some Neuralinks recent startup. And he's really famous and really rich. He was, you can say, at the top spot of the world richest person list in the world in the last year. And he's basically involved in technology related companies, and he started his career using some developing games, and then he moved to some finance area, and now he's working on some battery driven cars and some autonomous systems like Tesla, quite popular. And in parallel he also runs some solar systems uh, related work, and Neuralinks and SpaceX is the, you can say, the most recent work he's running. And what I know about this business person, he is really famous on the Twitter, and usually people follows him kind of blindly. If he just tweet a period, or you can say some smiley or even memes, you can see a lot of people gonna retweet it and gonna comment it. So kind of say he's kind of influencer. So that's why whatever he wants to do, usually he gonna achieve it, because a lot of people is gonna follow it. So that, I think, is a you can say is a good way to start a company if you are an influencer. And yeah, he's a man of his word, and I don't know about his personal life, but as a business person he's really successful, because whenever we evaluate any company, we evaluate by the business. And if we see his current business, like his Tesla cars, he
And
basically
time's up.
compete.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So do you watch documentaries about him?
uh, about the Elon Musk,
Hmm.
not really, but I usually follow him on the Twitter, and I know there are some documentaries are also made on him, but I didn't watch them.
Okay. Thank you. That's all for part 2. Now let's move towards the next section.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What kinds of people are most famous in your country today?
Oh, well, I live in Hong Kong, so the most people, like you can consider the Hong Kong as a finance hub, and mostly the people are related to the banking sector, and all the, you can say, point like mostly people are interested in stock exchange and then finance stuff, because yeah. And so I believe like the banking sector is the main channel where you can find a lot of famous people in Hong Kong.
Okay. Why are there so many stories about famous people in the news?
Well, okay, in my opinion, I think usually all the famous persons have a lot of followers, and what the media publish about them is what their followers want to listen. So that's why you can find around the globe famous person always in the headlines. So that's why people keep updating themselves. But now I think it's gonna yeah thanks.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Okay, yeah, but I believe like now the world is moving towards this more social media, like for instance, the Twitter is very powerful tool, especially if you are trying to update news and you want to have some information, any at any instance you can keep updating yourself using the Twitter. And most of the companies and their owners, all of them are mostly on the Twitter, and even the government sector as well. So yeah, that's why like I used to follow several companies of my interest there.
Do you agree or disagree that many young people today want to be famous?
I strongly agree, because when we are in the schools and college, we want to be a hero, and I think it's a story of each of us. Everyone wants to be a famous, so that the world remember his name. And he tried his hard, but it depends on the luck whether he can achieve it or not. But somehow each of us have such kind of dreams in their teenage.
Do you think that only teenagers have such dreams?
I think like mostly the teenagers have this dream, but the thing is like when you comes into your real life, you might not able to achieve those goals. And it depends. Then sometimes the people realize their capacity, their capability, whether they can, still achieve it or not. If you are in that phase, of course your dreams, gonna be with you. Otherwise you will accept you and quit whatever you are thinking about.
Okay. Do you think it is easy for famous people to earn a lot of money?
Well, no, it's not easy for, especially like if you own a company, because there are a lot of competitors around you, and they are, you can say, they are waiting for your any kind of you know step which can hurt you a lot. For instance, recently the Google start his AI chat platform called Bird, in comparison to the chat GPT. But the thing is, during the demonstration, their software basically failed to deliver what it was asked. So that's how you can say they lose around $100 billion in just one demo. So it's not, I don't think it's easy to for the famous companies.
Why might famous people enjoy having fans?
Okay, because I think because again, what I think about the famous people, they are kind of influencers. Everyone wants to be with them, so that the people, he can tell others, I am with him. So that's why they have a lot of options. There are a lot of people around them, and sometimes I think most of them, they don't have time for them in return, but somehow they are gathered around, and you know yeah, just because of the influencing things.
In what ways could famous people use their influence to do good things in the world?
Okay. I think there are a lot of ways. For instance, I still remember the way, the famous footballer Cristiano Ronaldo, and the thing is, like, during a press conference, someone put how to say, two drinks, soft drinks, on the table, and then he find out that it shouldn't be there, and he just removed those bottles and replaced with the water bottles, and and you kind of convey a message: use water instead of soft drinks for your health. So I think in this way there are a lot of ways, like, the people can, especially the famous people, can help, because they have a lot of followings, and they're, of course, their followers gonna follow the same path. Yeah.
Thank you, Usman. That's all for today.
Thanks.
All right, everyone. So this is how Usman today attempted a speaking test, IELTS speaking test to be exact. So Usman, what do you think about your own performance? And please, just 1 minute feedback. Yes.
So pardon, can you please repeat what performance?
Yeah, your speaking performance. How do you feel about your speaking performance today, as now the test is over?
Okay. Well, I think these are kind of pretty easy questions for me, because that's, you can say, related to my life, what I'm doing and what I'm following.
According to the 4 themes, we are going to try to understand that where does Usman's performance fall. So the first thing is that for fluency and coherence, you will be awarded a band 7 when you can speak at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence. The person would demonstrate language-related hesitation at times, or self-repetition or self-correction, which we did observe in case of Usman's performance. Well, he did self-corrected, he did repeat a few things, but he was able to answer most of the questions according to the topic or what was asked. He did use a range of connectives and discourse markers like because, then, and moreover, with some flexibility. All right. But as far as coherence is concerned, Usman's performance lies within 6.5 or 7 because for 2 questions he was unable to answer accordingly. When he was asked that what was the weather like in his country, or whether he likes cold weather or hot weather, he somehow associated his answer with the swimming pool, which was not required. Other than that, there was another question when he was asked that why are there so many stories about famous people in the news? Instead of talking about famous people, he talked about famous companies, which again resulted in, of course, a lower band. Now let's move to the lexical resource. Let's look at the descriptors. Well, the person who is awarded band 7 in lexical resource uses vocabulary resource flexibly to discuss a variety of topics, which he did. Uses some less common and idiomatic vocabulary and shows some awareness of style and collocations with some inappropriate choices. Well, that was also there because he did try to answer most of the things and most of the questions. For example, when he was asked about Elon Musk, he did use a few adjectives. He did talk about his company. He did use relevant vocabulary to IT. But at some points, he did lose probably what he was talking about and lost track of time. Anyways, the next one was grammatical range and accuracy. He did use a range of complex sentences with some flexibility and frequently produced error-free sentences, but at some points the grammatical mistakes did persist. So in that case, yes, we are going to award him band 7. As far as pronunciation is concerned, we were able to understand that what was talking about most of the time, but there were a few words, for example, gonna and some others, which were a little, I would suggest you shouldn't use slang language or lingo that is not general or natural. So try to stay as natural as possible. Try to use the kind of language which is easy to understand, easy to follow. Use simple vocabulary. That will help you a lot in attaining band 7. So as far as his overall band is concerned, of course, we are going to award him band 7. Although in fluency and coherence, he might be awarded 6.5. This can give you a basic idea that how the test takes place. Usman, now what do you think about the band descriptors and the assigned band? क्या आपको अपना band ठीक लग रहा है?
हाँ ठीक लग रहा है because I missed two questions. I thought it was related to the previous question, but it didn't. So that's why I think you're gonna lose some points.
तो मेन हम आपको जो टिप देंगे, जो हम उस्मान के परफॉर्मेंस से कर सकते हैं कि आपने कोहेरेंस लूज नहीं करनी, आपने क्वेश्चन बहुत ज़्यादा जो है वो ध्यान से सुनना है, फिर उसके मुताबिक जवाब देना है. सिंपल वोकैबुलरी यूज करनी है, यूज सिंपल वोकैबुलरी एंड देन आंसर. इसके अलावा जहाँ तक ग्रामेटिकल रेंज है तो आप कीप ऑन प्रैक्टिसिंग सो दैट यू आर एबल टू यूज राइट काइंड ऑफ लैंग्वेज, inculcate right kind of connectors and use everything naturally. That's really important. आप जितना जो है वो unnatural बोलोगे, जितना ज़्यादा आप सही नहीं बोलेंगे, उतने आपके बैंड कम आने का चांस है. So I hope this helps. This is just a short video to give you a basic intro. Inshallah, we are going to make some others on band 8 and band 9 or maybe band 6 also. All right. That's all from Desi Rendezvous.